The XRP price has been going sideways for 184 days in a row. But guys, I believe we're at the end stage of this horrible, I would say, correction phase for XRP, and I think price is about to reverse to the upside. So I'm going to show you in this video what I'm currently spotting here, short term, mid-term. I'm extremely bullish. Let's get into it. So first off, guys, I'm here on the daily chart for XRP, and as I said, price has been going sideways for a very long time. Since the beginning of December, we have been trading in this exact same range. But there are a few things that you need to pay attention to, and the first thing is actually this downward sloping resistance line for XRP since the 16th of January. You can see multiple touch points against this trend line, and recently the XRP price broke beyond this trend line at the beginning of May. So technically speaking, we are possibly at the early stages of a huge trend reversal. So this is definitely the time to pay very, very close attention. Now guys, in the immediate short term, there is something going on that you need to pay attention to, and that is actually that there's a lot of liquidation leverage from long positions piling up around the $2 zone for XRP. A lot of leverage, guys. So people betting on higher prices. Maybe these are insiders or maybe just greedy retail gamblers. I don't know, but there's a lot of leverage over there. And what price typically does is it goes against most traders in the market. And since almost all the traders are currently holding long positions, I think there is a very high chance that price could tap into this liquidity before it eventually reverses back to the upside. So if I take you back to the XRP chart, and if we actually sketch out a Fibonacci retracement from the lowest point of this correction at the beginning of April to the highest point that we have seen here a few weeks ago on the 12th of May, then you can see that the golden Fibonacci ratio, or the golden pocket, is lining up around $2 for XRP. Now that is a very interesting support area, and as I said, there's a lot of liquidation leverage piling up around that area. And also, if I sketch out a volume profile of this entire price action going all the way back to the beginning of December, then what you can see is this black line on the bottom side, which represents the value area low. And this is a very important support level of this entire price zone for XRP, which is also interestingly lining up around that $2 zone. So in case there is a push to the downside here in the coming hours or in the coming days, I believe that the zone between 190 and $2 could present massive support for XRP going forward. What is also interesting, if we take a look at the XRP open interest on all exchanges, which basically means leverage, so long positions, short positions, then we can see that in the rally from November and December last year, open interest increased massively and open interest declined significantly since January until the beginning of April, since that low point from XRP. And since that point, open interest increased once again here, so long and possibly short positions. So the big question is, are these positions from insiders or gamblers? That of course remains to be seen, but just know that there is a lot of liquidity piling up below the current price according to this liquidation heat map for XRP. Now, the next thing what is super interesting is that the crypto fear and greed meter flashes 62 greed. And typically, whenever this meter flashes greed or extreme greed, we need to be a little bit more cautious in the short term, because typically this means that price is going to go sideways or a little bit to the downside here before it eventually reverses back to the upside. So just keep that in mind in the immediate short term if you're trading or if you're buying XRP. Now guys, mid to long term, I'm extremely bullish on XRP. I think price is at the end stage of this consolidation, and from any moment price could explode to the upside. That's why I'm not selling any of my spot positions. I'm holding strong, and I think this is still an excellent time to DCA further into the market. And what is also interesting, if we look at the whale to exchange transactions here over on Binance for XRP, then we can see that back in December last year, in January, whales deposited a lot of XRP onto the exchanges, and that basically led to a lot of sell pressure. But right now, as you can see, whales aren't depositing XRP onto the exchanges, which means that they're not very interested in selling XRP for the current prices, and that shows me that whales are still very bullish. It's always important to follow the smart money. You don't want to be bearish when the smart money is still bullish, guys. Also, if we take a look at the XRP search volume over the past 90 days, then we can see that we're currently at a 90-day low for XRP, and retail is still sleeping, guys. So this is an excellent time to be invested in the market. If you're bearish right here, I'm sorry, you're doing it completely wrong. You want to be bearish at the peaks and you want to be bullish at the lows, guys. And right now we are at such a dip in the market, so pay very, very close attention, guys. Also, if you want to take advantage of this volatility in the market, if you want to open up swing trade positions just like I am doing with low leverage, then I highly recommend Weeks or Pionex. The links are down below in the video description. For example, if you sign up to Pionex with my link down below, then you will be eligible for a free 1000 USDT deposit bonus on registration, guys. So completely for free. Make sure to use my Pionex link down below in the video description. And lastly, if you're not already following me over on my Instagram, which I reactivated, I highly recommend. So the link is down below. I'm posting XRP updates, market updates, Q&A sessions. Check it out, guys, if you're interested. But that was it for this very quick video. I'm extremely bullish on XRP. Yes, in the immediate short term, a liquidation wick is a possibility, but midterm, I'm extremely bullish. And I think we are at the end stage of this horrible sideways period for XRP. Don't forget to like the video, and I see you very soon with another XRP update. Bye-bye.